Welcome into the Banter. This is the last Banter. We're about T-minus, there it is. T-minus, first drive. T-minus 24 hours, not really, 27 hours till we leave. To go to the West Coast for 2 whole weeks.
Wow. 2 entire weeks.
Some of the Banters out there.
2 mostly weeks.
Some of the Banters out there, we'll have 2 Banters out there, I believe. We'll have next week's Banter, and then the following week, we'll have to probably shoot the Banter on like a Tuesday or something because we're traveling back all day. But we'll have 2 Banters out there.
Well, we could do the last Banter like on our drive back from the airport.
We could do that.
We might need that to keep sanity.
One of the one Banter will be just right after we gamble away whatever we gamble away in Vegas. So that next, I think is that next week?
Yeah,
it's a week from today.
That's gonna be the best Banter of all time. It has
a week from today, we will be doing the Banter.
Really sad.
Shortly after one of us either has 30 grand to their name or all have 0. So that's
those are the only 2 options.
Those are the only 2
either
options.
30 G's or 0.
I was thinking, like, what? How will we react?
There's pretty good food court there and really good pizza.
We're not worried about that. We're not having any money. We're not having any money left.
Yeah, true.
$10.
I'm gonna have to bet my shorts.
Like, just imagine we go in there. Put like, I don't know, we're hitting a few things, then one of us decides we're up to like $500. One of us decides I'm putting all 500 on just a number on roulette.
I think that people listening need to realize that for us, it's going to be like the decision point is going to be at like $400. Like, do I just cash out $400?
I can tell you right now how it's actually going to go. How it's going to go is either if we pull together like we were talking about, we'll put a bunch of our money all in on one color. It'll miss, and then we'll have like barely any of the money we came with, and we'll all be depressed. And it'll happen in like
I will not be depressed.
It'll happen in like 20 seconds.
I think that, but that's funny.
It's
though.
one thing
it's
to
really
like
funny,
think
though.
you're mentally prepared to watch
it's
money
a really
evaporate.
Expensive
it's another
joke,
one to
but
watch
it's
it
funny.
happen. Yeah, it's because it's fast. It's really fast. It's not even like because we'll be staying there, so it's not even like we have the drive of we just walk downstairs, throw it on the table, and leave.
I'm going in there with $200. That $200 I've already spent. So if I walk in,
like
I
put
$200 on roulette. I promise you, it will not affect my mood.
Okay. You can't make.
Promise.
I'm not gonna take a promise you can't keep because you can't.
It will not affect my mood.
You can't promise an emotion you've never experienced.
I've lost money on much dumber things than roulette.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he hired the likes of you.
I don't know.
I've bet on some sports games that are just like, yeah, I mean, there's no shot.
To be fair, you have done sports betting, but sports betting is prolonged.
Oh yeah,
there's a tip off. The first quarter might be going your way even a little bit. There's a chance.
But here's the thing:
roulette, it happens like that.
I'm walking in with $200. I'm putting 100 on black. I'm riding with black. 100's on black, and like I have the joy of that thing spinning for 5 seconds. I'm paying $100 for those 5 seconds.
What happens if you throw up on the roulette table?
No, but what I just looked up.
And I mean, hey, it might hit and you might have a great time. But
and so the highest odds on a roulette table is apparently 35 to 1. It's just
is that just a single number?
I don't know. Let me just paint you in this scenario. Okay.
All right.
Go in there with $200. I put 100 down. It doubled. It hits. I'm at 200.
How do you get it to double?
I just put it on black.
Just on black. Okay.
It hits. Now I have $300. All right. I'm like, all right, I'm pulling my 200 out. I'm home. I got 100 of house money. Put it down. It hits again. Now I have $200.
Okay.
Put it down. It hits again.
Oh my gosh, it just keeps hitting.
Man,
so now
it's getting bruised at this point.
That's already very.
Now I'm like, woo! I'm hot. I'm hot.
He's hot.
People are starting to gather. Right?
Oh, okay. People are starting to gather for.
So I don't know what I throw it on, but I throw it on something I get to $500.
Dang.
Right? People are like, this guy's hot right now.
Does it only take $500 for people to gather in Caesar's Palace?
Well, no, but you have to remember I've hit 5 in a row.
Okay,
so people are starting
to
set. They don't care what the money is.
The chance of hitting,
he's hot.
The chance of hitting 3 in a row is 10%.
But you got to remember, like it's like a dice. It can get hot.
Yeah.
So now we have $500. I put it all on one number. It hits.
Sick.
It hits $17,500 cashed out.
That'd be dope.
Like,
it would be
that's
a very.
How fast it could happen.
Okay, we haven't done this yet.
35 to 1.
We haven't done this
so
yet.
I put $500 on one thing. It cashed out $17,500.
We haven't.
What do we do? What do we do if that happens?
We haven't done this yet. No. Everybody,
our
listen. We need to make. I think this might be important that we make a deal right now. If you guys are down, I'm not saying we have to.
I'm down.
Do we make a deal that if $10,000 or more dollars, I'm making it very high. If $10,000 or more dollars is won, we split between us. Now the winner
I'll
of
give each of you $1,000.
Okay,
Ooh, I like it.
If somebody wins,
I like your $1,000.
If somebody
I like
wins
$1,000 a lot.
10 grand or more, they hand out 1,000 each to the other people.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want to split it.
No, I was gonna say split,
Yeah.
but the winner takes the most. So like I just meant like portion out.
Anything over 10 G's. If it goes over 20 G's, I'll give you 2,000 each.
Woo.
10%.
Is that what we're doing?
Okay.
10%?
Over $10,000.
Over $10,000, 10%.
And you're walking away. So if you get $10,000 and you want to
very
bet,
funny.
I'm going to be rich either way. I can't lose.
Yeah. So it promotes
Hunter's
us.
going to make $17,000.
Yeah, it really promotes us
but
to be
then
rooting
10%.
for each other.
So I'd give you each 1,700. So I'd only have like 70% of that to come home with.
But you're going to make it, though.
Yeah, so I'd probably I'd be walking away with like 13 grand.
That's crazy. I'm going to
Let's
go
say
ahead
if
I'm
you
gonna
have
go ahead and-
$200, Hunter, like honest to goodness, what amount does it have to get to before you're like, I'm just getting out of here?
Like I said, I'm putting 100 in. So
Or
I'm
you,
black.
or are you literally
Once I win 200 back, I'm pocketing my first 200.
if you win
Unless I'm
200
just
back.
having a great time, then I'm just like, you know what, this is a lot of fun. I'm blowing.
But
it
like
all.
that's what I'm saying. Is there a number that you hit that you are now up? Forget your strategy. Is there just a total number you hit that you're up that you're like, I am out of here?
No, because like even let's say I won 17 grand, I'd probably bet 7 of it. Because like you still have 10 grand left.
We got to get Silas. Silas, are you
Okay.
You
Silas?
see what I'm saying?
I hear
Are
what
you
you're
in
saying.
on the- are you
That's
in on
just
the
insane
Once you
to
walk
me.
in, you have zero. I have
tell you about
$200.
it.
You
I'll
do
tell you about
love
it in a
that
second.
like argument of like, well, it's more than I started with,
Yeah,
but like
like,
it
I
still
got the
doesn't
10
change the
grand.
fact that you could like with that $7 grand you could invest that. Like,
But
you,
I don't. That $7 grand isn't mine until I'm walking out. So that $7 grand, like
Yeah, but
I could bet
walking
that $7
out's very
grand.
easy.
I could bet that $7 grand on red, and now I have $24,000. But then if it doesn't hit, I'm like,
and
all
then
right, well,
I
have
get
10.
$2,000.
And
then if it doesn't hit, you're like, well, I just lost $7,000.
No, I have $10,000.
No, you are holding the chips are worth money. You are holding the money.
The chips.
It's yours.
The chips won't have value to me. So 10,000.
they
I would
will.
still have $10,000.
We'll
All
see.
I know is that
We'll
I don't
see.
think there's going to be anything in my life more entertaining than standing behind Hunter while he's at that table.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But I'm just saying,
If I get
when
like,
I was in there, it took
if I
about one
cross-
hand of blackjack for those chips to be. They looked exactly like dollar bills.
if I get to 5, like I think I have different milestones, right? Like if I get $500,
Mm-hmm.
then like that's probably like I'll pull 500, and anything above that I'm playing with.
Mm-hmm.
And if I get to $1,000, another milestone, I'll probably pull that 1,000. Anything above.
You
I'm
guys
playing
are all losing all your money in
Yeah.
10 minutes.
I am walking
right.
in there again. I'm walking in there with the intention of I have $200. I'm spending it for probably 30 minutes of fun,
Connor,
and I'm fine with that.
What would be your number that you get up that you're like?
First of all,
out of there.
I feel like we need to include Silas on this agreement so that we're just like
That's
don't
important,
sneaky
yeah.
forget about it, and then he makes $1 million and we don't get anything.
Yeah, we need to get
Silas.
some of that. Need some of that action.
Are you in on the agreement that if any of us in the group win more than $10,000, then they have to distribute 10% to everybody else? Silas is in.
Silas is in. The only way that you get is if we're all in agreement before. So like if
Yes.
Connor was like, "Frick, I'm not doing that,"
Yeah.
then if I hit $10,000, Connor's not getting 1,000.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's hilarious. Okay, my number, Trevor. What did you ask
Like,
me?
what number do you hit that you're walking away?
What? Yeah, what's your number?
I mean, I don't know. Gosh, I'd probably walk away with $500.
Oh yeah, I would easily.
Yeah.
So y'all get to
100%.
$500, your night's done.
See ya. Yeah, gone.
Like we could be in there for
And so
we could be in there for
I will
30
say-
minutes and you're just done.
Oh no, I would be watching you, but of course I would be.
I will say
What?
that it does seem really entertaining.
you
to
are
me.
forgetting how much $500 means to me.
I understand that.
A
but,
lot.
Like, I'm viewing gambling as like I'm not viewing gambling as a chance to win money. I'm viewing gambling as I'm paying $200 for the experience of having fun.
I think that,
Walking out of there with $500 would be the most fun.
I think I like your idea, Hunter.
Like
of what I would
$500,
do.
I'm like I could have like 2 more hours of fun with this.
No, you probably can't.
Well, like if I but
The
I could have
longest,
20
the
minutes of fun
longest
with it.
you can. Well, right, but 20 minutes versus $500.
But there's also like something electric about losing $500. Like there's something just like electric in the air of like
except
putting
I
500
really,
down
really
and it just like
want
spin,
the $500.
spin, and then the 500 is just gone. You're like, oh,
I think that I think I would go with this. With
Yeah,
your
maybe if
method,
I'm
Hunter,
playing with
where
like
I would-
Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
If I'm at like 500, I think I might pull 400 out and then keep going with the 100, maybe
Yeah.
get to another 500.
like you got to go till you lose all of something.
Yeah,
You can't leave Vegas and not have lost all.
I think that's what I'm confident with.
You can. That's what gets you back to Vegas.
I think that's what I'm confident with. I think if I
No, if I got to 500, I would probably like put 100 back in.
Yeah, I think I would because
why not?
There's not that much of a difference between $400 and $500.
At
but
what point
that
do you stop saying
$100 could.
Like you're at $1,000, you're putting 100 in and keeping 900.
Well, no, if I had 500, put 100 in.
$5,000, you're putting 500 in and keeping 4,500.
No, I wouldn't put that much. I wouldn't put 500 of that in. Heck no.
Of course,
But I might put another 100 in. I might be playing the slow game here. I might just keep on putting 100 in until I lose
that
it.
100.
Then I'm done.
You got that power? You got that willpower?
Oh,
if I'm at
it's not as hard as you think.
No, you're
it's
you're
really
at you're at $4,000 or $5,000.
If I'm at $5,000,
you put 100 in, 100's gone instantly. You $40,900. You're telling me you're not putting another 100.
I mean, you're right because you're like I've got so much more money.
That's what I'm saying.
From my experience, it wasn't quite as addictive as I expected it to be. Like now, I didn't.
Well, it's because you're so nervous too. I feel like it's
right because it's such a nerve-wracking experience, like trying to like follow all the rules and like make sure you don't do anything stupid.
But what happens if you break a rule?
I don't know. Probably. Well, it depends how serious it is.
Like
it more so depends who's at the table.
We're going to be
with you.
sober.
Your
in
goal
there.
needs to be.
There's so many drunk people that stumble into there. We will not be the dumbest people.
That is very true.
You're right.
But your goal should be to get one of the dealers to break a rule because then you get money.
Those dealers are pros, dude.
Yeah,
they are legit in there. I'll tell you what. There's some really nice dealers, but I will say like when I was there, Brody let me play with some of his money, so I wasn't playing with mine. But I went up a little bit in blackjack, and then we left that table. I went up a little bit in craps, left that table. I was up at this point. I may have started with $100 or $150, something like that, and I may have been up to like 200 or 225. Like I was up a little bit because that is the one thing. Unless you're playing roulette, like if you're just playing blackjack. And now it depends on how much you're betting, but if you're just playing like kind of one chip at a time to get the max out of your hands, you're only going to gain a little bit at a time. It's very slow.
That sounds boring to me. I don't want any skill based.
It's not.
Like I want just pure luck.
There's just nothing boring to me about watching $25 at a time just go in out like just like you lose 50, you gain 75 back.
But I've played poker for money. Those chips mean nothing to me.
You're just a different person because
like
$500 to me is a lot. It's a very big deal.
No, $500 is a lot, but I'm saying I'm walking in with $200 with the intention of I'm not walking out with this money.
That is the correct mindset to have. Is like I'm okay with losing
I'm not
this
gonna
money,
get this for
but it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't change the fact that for me the entertainment would be increasing that money, not losing it. I don't want to lose the money.
It's the electricity of what you. Like if I bet it all on a number on roulette and that thing's spinning, the ball just and it's like getting closer and closer.
Betting it on a number, there's not really much electricity because it's such a low chance. I mean, there's a little, but
like what if it gets close? Like what if it hits the number next to it?
I will say also like the number,
like watch that thing fall and you're like, if it hits, I'm about to win $5,000.
The ball like pops in so quickly, like it's very hard to even track where the numbers are. That like it's almost like if you just closed your eyes and then opened them and saw what number it is. It's not
still like
it is like. It's not like you're like seeing a wheel spin and you're like, oh, here it comes. It's very close. It's like it's very random the way that ball pops around, and it just kind of jumps in one. It's very weird. It's not like it like slows down really slowly and falls. But
my mentality is the $200 I walked in with, I am not walking out with. I'm walking out with zero.
That is the correct mentality to have.
And so if I walk out with $25, I made $25.
But I will just be very curious to see how that changes if all of a sudden you have $1,000 and you're like, my mentality is I'm just losing all this $1,000. 500's
in.
So you do have a point where you're going to keep money.
I get to $500 and then anything above that I'm betting it all.
But
I get to $1,000.
Well, I think you also said if you had $17,000,
I would bet $7,000. Yeah, absolutely, because you'd have $10,000.
I would be like my duty to call your wife and let her know.
That's fine.
That you just
I'd be like,
$7,000
down the toilet. $7,000 for a chance for it to turn to 14, but it's okay. I'm still coming home with 10. You want to spend 2,000 of it? And she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, yes." I'm like, "Sick! I just pocketed $8,000."
I'd be a cold dead body if I bet
like
$7,000 on something.
You walk out of that if that scenario happens, I get up to 17,000. Y'all are like, Hunter, leave. And I'm like, no, we're putting 7,000 on black, then we're leaving. I walk over there, put 7,000 down. It doesn't hit.
Yeah.
I still turned $200 into $10,000.
But you also lost half your money when you could have not.
I think that y'all haven't traded in the stock market.
No.
So that's I've watched things like this happen where like, yeah, I could pull out, but what if I leave it in and it just keeps going? and then eventually you pull out and like,
except
you could net.
Yeah,
sure,
except
I
you
lost
just compared the stock
$5,000.
market to gambling.
It's very way more similar.
Not
than
the
you
way
think.
you trade.
No, I trade like an old man, but there have been.
Yeah, so what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. You are reasonable with money.
Yeah, but with $200, I'm burning it. I'm basically putting $200 in penny stocks. I put money into freaking some of the like AMC and Bitcoin. I just treat that as like I'm gonna lose this money.
Well, I mean,
what if I don't?
There's just a difference in like $200 is like just doesn't matter to you, I guess.
No, $200 matters to me, but I'm paying $200. Like what? Like if there was an escape room, and I was paying $200, I'm not getting that $200 back. I'm just going to have fun.
Right, but in this case, you're
So I'm
paying
just paying
$200. You
to have
could
fun.
win more, but then you're still committed to losing money, even though like you've made money.
Like if I get
That's the difference with,
$400, I'm still betting it because it's still I'm only losing $200. $200 left my account.
Well, that's not true.
That's the most I can lose.
That's not true. That's not true. You gained money. That as soon as you got those extra chips, that is in your account. It's your money.
It's not in my account yet.
But it's your money. You have it. It's yours.
Yeah, but I'm only.
There's nothing that could take it from you.
My
It's your
net
money.
worth,
And
I
now
show
you're
up,
paying in $400.
I show up, my net worth down $200.
Yes. And as soon as you gain another
No matter
$200,
what
it goes
I do,
up.
No matter what I do, the most I'll lose is $200.
That's not true. That's not how that works. If you gain $200 more, you now have $200 more.
You don't have nothing's yours till you cash out.
It's literally worth money.
No, it's the same. It's
the
just like
value
the stock
doesn't
market.
change. They hand you a chip that says $25. It's $25.
When I could walk around there with 50,
the stock market.
50,
You're saying that chip could go down in value. It doesn't. It is
But I'm
money.
saying,
It's like if they handed you dollar bills.
They hand me $50,000 while I'm still in there. I
It's
can't be
$50,000.
taxed on that money yet. It's not mine. It's not mine till I pull it out.
It is yours though.
It's not till I pull it out.
But you have all the value of it, and you cannot lose it unless you decide to. You could just walk over to the counter, 10 feet away, hand it to them, they'd give you the cash.
That's exactly how the stock market works, though.
But the
At
stock
any
market,
point, I can sell, and that money's mine.
But the stock market, your value can go down. It can go.
Yeah, this can go down.
But
I can walk over to a table. I can put 50 G's on black, and it's all gone.
While you're holding those chips, though, they are not going to change in value.
We just view it different. The most money I can
clearly.
lose in Vegas is $200.
This is not true. That doesn't make any sense at all. If you have $50,000 in chips
I show up,
from your 200 and then you lose it all,
I
you
didn't
lost
lose.
$50,000.
No, because I come home $200 less than I had.
Did you have $50,000 at one point in that night?
No.
Yes, you did.
I
Yes, you
hadn't
did.
cashed out.
But you had $50,000.
My checking account, let's say my checking account had $1,000.
That's not the point.
I enter with
That's not the
$800.
point.
I leave, it still has $800. I lost
when
$200.
if you had $50,000 chips, you have $50,000. That is completely
not
fact.
till I cash out.
All right, I'm done. I'm done with that conversation. That's just a poor
The most
line of
I can
thought.
lose in Vegas is $200.
It's not true.
Okay.
Not
I
true.
think that's a mentality that you can have, and I think it's a sound mentality.
If you have $50,000 in chips, you have $50,000.
Well, first off, if I have $50,000, I'm betting 20 of it.
But I'm just saying, like, that is $50,000 of your money.
$30,000.
It is yours. They gave it to you. It is yours.
But it wasn't mine when I walked in.
Your
So
mentality
I'm not
of
losing
you are
$50,000.
right in that your net worth from the time you enter the casino
Yes.
will never change. But while you're in there, your net worth can go up.
Sure,
And then
sure.
back down, and that is losing
But it can
money.
only go back down to the floor.
I agree, but it
That's
doesn't change the fact that you lost money.
No, if
you
I
said you
show up
can't
to
lose
Vegas-
more than $200 in Vegas.
Okay,
That's not true.
Let me ask you this. If I walked in this room and I said, I lost $50,000 in Vegas.
Yeah.
What do you think I mean?
What doesn't matter? It means you lost $50,000. It doesn't matter if it came from your bank account before you went or while you were there.
When
Honestly,
I hear people say,
knowing you, I would bet it's that you won money and then lost it.
But I'm saying, when I hear people say I lost $5,000 in Vegas, I'm not thinking they bet 100, it ran up to 5,000, and they bet 5,000.
That doesn't change.
I
I just
lost
say
$100.
that is where my in my mind that's what I think is
Like if someone lost $20,000 in Vegas, I'm thinking they just spent $20,000.
You're taking like
Yeah.
a phrase in common perception and removing it from fact, which is that if you have $50,000 in chips, that is your money.
I agree
and
with
you can
Trevor.
lose it.
That money's not
Trevor,
yours
I
till you
agree
cash
with
out.
you that is the fact. Because you do have possession of that money, technically, where you've got $25,000 worth of chips.
It's all yours.
Yes, it is all yours.
Nothing
It's not
can change.
yours till you cash
I don't
out.
think that, but I think that
It is yours, and cashing out is just simply a matter of walking to a counter.
Yeah, but until you walk to that counter, you don't have that money.
You say it's not yours to cash out, like somebody can come take it from you, or the value can go down. It's not like it's the stock market where it's not yours to cash out because
but like
the
you
value
can't
is
go
gonna
spend
change.
those chips at McDonald's.
All you gotta do is walk to a counter.
Sure, and cash out. Then the money's yours.
But like, what does that have to do with anything?
The money's not in your hands till you cash out.
But you're saying
So
that
to me,
as if the
I don't
value
have that money
you're
till I
putting
cash
this
out.
on the table like it's some massive point when it is not.
No, I'm just saying that's how I view it. That money's not mine till I cash out. If I I can't lose more than $200 in Vegas.
I will literally force you at gunpoint to that counter to cash out if you try to bet $7,000.
If I have 17,000,
I'll force you at gunpoint to the
shoot
counter.
me then, because if I get to 17, if I get to 25,000,
That would just
I'm
be
probably betting 10
so
of it.
irresponsible. That would be
No,
so
because I have
irresponsible.
$10,000 I didn't have when I walked in that
You
room.
could have had $17,000, Hunter. Do you know what I
Okay.
could do with $7,000 right now? I could change my life with $7,000.
If someone walked in this room right now and said, Trevor, if you hand me $200, I'll hand you $10,000. Are you taking that?
This is about to be the most illogical thing
Are you
ever said.
taking that? Are you taking that? Of course you're taking that.
What was that point?
Now, if they're like, hey, but there's a 50-50 shot, you could have 24,000. Or you have 10 no matter what. There's a 50-50 shot, you could have 24.
I'm taking the $10,000.
You're not taking a 50-50 shot?
Zero
at
hesitation
24?
taking the $10,000.
You have the 10 no matter what. There's just a 50-50 shot, you could have 24. You have the 10 in your account no matter what happens. You
Okay,
could have 24.
but you're leaving out the middleman of I actually have 17.
You haven't cashed out yet. This man didn't tell you anything.
I cannot talk to you anymore about this. This is just ridiculous.
All I'm saying-
let's ask this. Let's change subject slightly. $50,000 in chips. How much are you betting?
Zero.
So you're just walking out.
Yes.
You're not having any more fun
I'm
that
walking out. I'm calling my wife ecstatic that our lives just changed, and I'm never going back to casino again.
If that phone call to your wife is, I have $40,000 versus 50, she doesn't know what happened to the other 10.
$10,000 is life-changing money to me. It is life-changing.
You still have $40,000.
It doesn't matter. I want the 10
And you
too.
could.
I want the 10 too.
I want the 10
And guess what?
too.
I could lose $10,000, and that would be very, very sad.
But if you bet that 10 on the right thing, you could turn it into $350,000.
Hunter, dude, you're just talking like a gambling addict. Like,
No, because a gambling addict would be like, I bet my 200, it's gone. I need to go back and get more chips.
no,
That's
a gambling addict stays in the casino instead of walking out, because what happens is you go. How many people do you think walk in the casino and say, I'm only going to play with house money? 90% of them do that.
Sure.
And then
The
guess what
difference
they
is
do?
I'm losing $200. I am willing to lose $200.
No, you're willing to lose more than that, and you just can't accept that.
That's the whole difference.
Yeah, the difference is you don't think that having chips worth money is worth money, even though it
Basically,
is.
the
As
way-
soon as you walk to a counter,
wait,
and they give you
I'm
money.
we
losing,
need to
the
do to
most I can lose is
understand-
$200.
What we need to do to understand Hunter's mindset is as soon as he puts his cash in and it turns into chips, he's in a game.
Yes,
He is in a
absolutely.
game
I paid
until
$200
he is
to play a game.
Until he walks out of the room, then he's back in reality. But
Yes.
in the room, he is in a game.
Casino, you're just playing games.
Yeah.
You paid $200 to play games.
Which is fine. That's
you don't have
totally-
money till you cash
That's
out.
the
that is
object
a
of the
mindset
game,
that
to
you can
win
have.
money.
yeah,
That's the whole point.
but you don't
So-
have money till you cash out. How you can't? You gotta spend money to make money. So if I get to $15,000, I could turn it into 25. Very easily.
I think that both of you have respectable mindsets.
Gambling.
In this.
Trevor just
Sure,
respect
are
my
you
mindset.
I also
serious
think
right
if
now?
we keep arguing, we're going to give people anxiety attacks on the way to work in the morning.
You think that him having 17 grand and betting 7,000 of it is a reasonable thing to
You're
do?
ignoring that
I
I
think-
turned $200 into that.
No, I'm accepting that.
I think that it's a reasonable thing to do if that because
I still
not
have
for me,
$10,000.
Not for me, because that's not my goal in it. My goal is to walk out with a sound piece of money. Hunter's goal is to go have the craziest experience.
Yeah, we're in Vegas
and possibly win the most amount of that's Hunter's goal.
Yeah.
That's what he's spending his $200 on, is to have that experience.
Absolutely.
And so if that's adding to his experience, then I don't think it's crazy for him.
What in life are we going to face
I can't
that is
believe-
more electric than if I had $7,000 on black?
Your childbirth?
Right.
I mean, we're going to all be standing there. I didn't have a group of guys standing behind me chanting as the thing was spinning when my son was born. That's a different electricity. It's a
I'm gonna
completely
have a
different electricity.
stroke. I'm gonna have a stroke.
But you understand what I'm saying, Trevor? He's paying for the experience.
Yeah, I'm paying $200.
It doesn't make it rational. It doesn't
No,
mean that everybody in his life outside of that casino would think he's nuts for wasting.
Well, just to be
They
clear,
wouldn't know.
there is
I would
absolutely
call
zero
Liz.
wisdom and rationale in walking into a casino, period.
Exactly. I walked in with $200. I call my wife out after. Liz, I just won $10,000. I just turned $200 into $10,000. You think she's doing anything but freaking out?
No.
Why would never say, "Oh, I bet 7,000. I could have had 17. I won $10,000."
Well, I mean, yeah. If you explain it, if you just leave out the fact that you could have had $7,000 more, of course, like that's a perfectly sound
with
thing
Liz.
to believe.
Even if I explained, I got up to 17, I lost 7 of it, but I still turned 200 into 10,000. She'd still, I mean, $10,000 is a lot.
It's just the difference. I mean, yeah, but it's just the difference of like $7,000 for me. Like, I mean, I've got cars I got to replace. I got student loans. Like, there are just I
how do
cannot
you get-
afford to lose $7,000 if I
between-
have it in my pocket.
The difference between you and I is you won't get to 17,000 because you're out at $500.
You're not either. Like,
No, but I'm saying there's no chance you can because you get to 500, you're done. I get to 500, I'm putting 400 on a number.
fair enough.
So you can't get to that scenario.
Yeah.
The only way I got to that scenario is
well, I
risked most of
could
it.
if I hit the slots right.
I'm saying the only way I get to that scenario is I risk most of it. So you think I risk most of it to get to that scenario?
Well,
I'm
let
not
me be
risking
clear.
it again?
Well, then let me be clear, Hunter. I don't think your strategy is crazy from the get go. It doesn't get crazy until it's like $7,000. Like when you said,
But it's the
if
percentage
I want
points.
Yes, but that
We're playing percentage. If I get to
Yes,
$170,000,
but percentage points,
I bet your bottom
amount-
dollar I'm betting 70 of it.
oh my gosh.
If I got to 170, I have $100,000. Of course I'm betting
But the
70.
percentage
that
of the
doesn't
money,
work that way because the money
percentage-
goes up and the money what you can
No,
do
but
with
the
that money
percentage is it.
changes. Like
Well,
yeah, the percentage.
the thing is,
Sure, that 70 could buy me a supercar, but that 140 could buy me a much nicer supercar.
or it could pay your son's college tuition. You're,
could the
you're
100 I'm
thinking in the
pocketing.
wrong mindset here. Like,
well, see, the thing is that the percentage changes according to the money, but the person stays the same. So like just because the percentage changes doesn't.
yeah,
mean,
but like even if
because
Hunter
usually
has more
whenever-
money than me, it doesn't change that if that value gets high enough, the money is life changing for anybody.
So it gets to
That's what.
$250,000.
Yeah, I agree with. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
yeah.
Fully pay off my house, and I can buy Liz and I both cars.
Yeah.
I'm betting $50,000 because I have $200,000 I'm coming home with.
And I think that is just crazy stupid.
But then that 50,000 hits.
But then there's the point, Hunter. When do you ever stop? Just whenever you lose it?
whenever I lose it.
Okay.
If I get to 200,000, if I have 250,000, I bet 50 and it drops.
I
we
mean,
go.
that's so easy to say, but you've never lost $50,000 right in front of your eyes.
You don't know what I've done, man.
I know you've never. Like, I don't think that
But
you're
Trevor-
mentally prepared to watch $50,000. $50,000.
In that scenario,
Poof.
you're forgetting I have 200 in my hands. If I have 200,000 in my hands, yes, I am willing to let 50 poof. 100% I
It's
am.
just so silly. That's so silly.
I have burned money
That is so silly.
at that percentage on a much smaller scale multiple times. The scale doesn't change.
It should.
2.5 million, yeah, $500,000.
You're just lying at this point.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are. You would never. That is just ridiculous to say you'd bet 500.
If
grand
I
if you had
turn
$2 million.
$200 into
You're
$2.5
lying. You're
million
lying. You're lying.
Just listen to that
No,
scenario.
you're literally lying, and you don't believe that.
I 100% believe
You
it.
don't
I
believe
would
that.
hand on a Bible. I
500,000
would tell you
Oh my
2.5
gosh.
million. I would
Then
bet
you are an idiot when it comes to that. At least
$2 million, Trevor.
500K additional. All you gotta do is walk out the door.
But how do you think I got to that? I'm on a hot streak. I'm
mean,
pocketing
I
$2
do
million.
have to. I mean, the $2 million is a loud thing to outweigh the 500,000.
That's what I'm saying. And so is 10,000.
I'm just
Connor,
saying.
dude,
$2
you are really
million.
letting me down right now.
No. I'm just saying
Connor
it's
is actually
$2
opening his
million.
mind and understanding both of our points. You're just completely putting a wall up and closing me off.
Because you just said you would throw away $500,000.
Only because I had won $2 million.
Yes, but that doesn't matter. You could have had 500K more.
What do you need $500K more for if you have $2 million?
Generational wealth.
That $2 million is already going to make generational wealth. Come back by
I
an
don't
apartment
know. I'm
complex.
weary. I'm weary right now. I'm weary.
All I'm
Here's
saying.
the thing.
I don't think I think I've just
walking in-
decided that I cannot walk into the casino with you guys.
I'm
Like, I
walking
have
into
to stay.
Vegas.
I have to stay
I'm
in the
walking
hotel
into
room.
Vegas and I'm losing $200.
I
That's the mindset.
I pray that the first spin that you put on those, you lose it all.
That'd be great. It's done. $200 bucks. That's what I paid for.
I can't.
That's what I paid for. Is $200.
Because I think that you're gonna walk down there. If you put $200 on it, spin it, you're gonna watch it go, and you're gonna be sorely disappointed because you're going.
I don't
to
think
realize,
he's going to be. I really.
I'm
knowing
paying
Hunter's mind, I don't-
$200 to walk in
I
to a casino.
believe that this is his mindset through and through. I think he was going to be disappointed, obviously, because he wanted to play more. But I don't think he's going to be like, oh man, I really shouldn't have done that. Like I think that
Like you don't walk into a casino thinking I really need this $200. I'm going to bet it. You walk into the casino saying,
I understand that.
I am handing you this $200.
I think
expecting to
you're
never see it again.
overestimating the payoff of like the moment of anticipation. It's not as good as you think it
I
is.
strongly disagree.
You haven't been there. I have. How can you disagree?
Because we're two different people. Clearly, did you not hear the conversation we just had?
Yeah, I did.
We're
All
two
I'm
different
saying-
people.
I heard it. It was crazy.
all I'm saying is I'm going to walk around that room and I'm going to look for anything that has the word octopus in it, and then I'm betting all my money on it.
See, that's fun.
Because
that's a great time.
Because that's what worked for me during the Super Bowl.
Heck yeah.
I think I need to stay away from the casino.
You don't have to go.
I think I'm staying in the room.
Okay.
I can't be a part of this.
What's
It's
gonna
gonna-
hurt
it's
you if I bet $200 and I lose it all?
That would not hurt me. But after hearing that
That is probably what's gonna
train we
happen.
went down, if something like that were to happen, I'd probably kill you.
You're
with
telling
my bare
me
hands.
you're telling me
Because I would be sitting there thinking, if you wanted to throw away $7,000, why wouldn't you just give it to me to throw away?
Because there's zero chance you pay me 14.
No, I'd give you half of it, and then you'd make more money than you were going to make, and then if you just probably spun the roulette table.
But if there's no chance if I hand you 7, you hand me 14.
I'm just saying
that's not
like,
going to happen. There is a chance with that roulette table. If I hand it 7,
I think I'm
going
to have to stay out of the casino.
Well, good news is there is literally zero chance I get to $17,000 in that casino.
There's not.
What about
chance.
2.5 million?
Well, I guess there's 35 to 1 odds.
What are the odds you get 2.5 million?
That's a 50-50 shot.
Coin flip?
Coin flip. I walk in with $200. I mean, anything can happen.
Somebody send this guy a pamphlet.
How much? Okay, so
I'm not a gambling addict. Again, would be losing their own money. I'm losing $200. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not going back to the ATM. That's the difference. I'm not walking back to that ATM.
That is a good point. I think that is a good point.
Swiping $200 out. That $200 is good as
You
gone.
guys are just so ridiculous.
I'm not going back to the ATM.
Acting like you could have the power to trade in for 500 extra grand and just saying like, oh no. Like
I never said
simple
that.
men acting like we would trade, like just throw $500,000 on the table.
You're
and give it away.
completely skipping the point that you have $2.5 million in that scenario.
No,
I am no longer a simple man. I have $2.5 million in a casino.
No, you don't. You have $2.5 million worth of chips. Boom, lawyered.
Yeah. So
You're
I put
also-
500
No, that was your own point.
You're
I
also
used your
going
own
to
point
pay
against you.
that
I'm
$500K
just
could
poking
cover
the
the
fire at
taxes
this
on
point.
those that $2 million. So, well, how about that for a mindset?
If you have 500,000 more, you're getting taxed more.
Right, but I'm just saying.
I'm actually helping my tax bill by betting that 500.
Yeah, he's actually helping his tax bill.
that's
Like
how
I know a
income
lot
tax
about
works.
taxes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you make less if I bet 500 and lose it. I made less.
Yes, if you
walk out with 2.5
If you-
mil, I
if you
walk out
walk-
with 2 mil. Who made more?
I did,
Exactly. So I'm taxed less on my 2 million.
and I'm gonna net more money.
That's fine, but I could have turned it into another million. I could have walked out
What
with
the
3.
heck was that?
I was saying I'm saving on
Like,
taxes.
like, are you trying to tell me that like
No,
if I
I'm
make
saying-
less money, I'm gonna net more?
No, I'm saying if I
That's
bet the
how
500,
that's how that argument sounded like it was gonna start.
You were saying the 500 could cover taxes. And I was saying, but if I bet the 500, I had to pay less in taxes.
What's
so.
10% of 2.5 million?
250,000?
Dang, I'm gonna make it out of there pretty good. Then.
That's what I'm saying. If I take y'all's mindset, no one's getting $1,000. Because then I get to 500.
I don't think I
I'm
have a
like, whoa,
mindset at this point. I don't think I have a mind at this point. I forgot what I was gonna say completely.
That's the other thing is if I got to the 10,000 point, I've already pocketed my 200. So I've already broke even on the night. So it's impossible for me to lose money. I already broke even
okay.
once I got past that.
You've got a quarter, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a coin flip. Good old fashioned coin flip, all right? What is the number that you would pay to do the coin flip for a 50-50 shot to win $1 million?
The number I would pay.
Yeah, so if
I can pick the number, $1.
No.
well,
like
okay.
How,
What's the highest you would
how
go
much did you pay?
to have a 50% chance of winning $1 million?
The highest I would pay to have a 50% chance.
Now that situation that hurts.
I would
Because
$5,000.
okay.
I think I'd.
That's
I
actually
think
a lot more reasonable than I thought it was.
I think I'd pay $5,000 to flip it. Much beyond that, it's like,
Yeah, because then you're like, yeah, that's crazy, because that's coming out of your account.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm paying $5,000 for the
Yeah.
experience of that coin being in the air, and like if it lands right.
That's even be a little more than experience, because you might win $1 million, 50% chance.
Yeah.
But just think, I feel like the higher the chance of you getting something, like a 50% chance, it hurts way more whenever you don't get it.
Yeah, because it's 50-50.
Because you're like, it could, but like it so easily could have gone in my favor. That's crazy.
What are y'all paying? Flip the coin.
I don't know.
I think it'd be $10.
All I know is that my stomach is sick right now.
For 50-50 at $1 million?
Yeah, like what's the highest you would pay? Like if a dude in a suit walked in right now, it's like, hey, I'll flip this coin. If it lands on heads, you get $1 million, but you have to pay me amount.
What's the highest?
What's the highest that you're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
I have no idea.
$1,000?
Probably. I mean,
2,000?
probably a lot. Probably a couple thousand.
3,000?
I mean,
I feel confident. I feel good at 5.
I would
feel like
I would
5
pay
makes
as
sense.
much money as I could that wouldn't like financially ruin me.
Yeah,
like
that makes
whatever I
sense.
could give out, because like, yeah, I mean, it's 50-50 chances of like what's the scale? Like if $1,000 turns into $1 million, I mean, that's what, 1,000 to 1.
Oh, it's still a 50-50 shot.
But I'm saying like those are the best. Like that's the best increase you're ever going to get in your life. That's the best investment opportunity you'll ever have. Is for a 50% chance of winning $1 million off of $1,000.
Well, it'd be really hard is if he offered it to all of us in the office because somebody's getting it and somebody's not.
Not necessarily. That's not how coins work.
Statistically,
True, but-
most likely, but probably not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who's actually gonna win $1 million on that coin flip?
Well,
like, because
Let's see. Where's a coin?
things aren't gonna fit.
Let's
in your
do it
favor.
right now.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, good idea. Do you have a quarter?
No, I
Does
don't
anyone
have a
coin?
quarter.
Oh, that would
I
be.
can have Siri coin flip.
There you go.
All right. Yeah.
All right. If it lands on heads, Konner, you get $1 million. We'll start with.
So we're doing
Konner.
heads. Heads is always $1 million.
Heads is always $1 million. We're doing
All right.
Konner's flip first.
All
Hey
right.
Siri, flip a coin.
How much did you pay for this?
$10,000.
Konner paid $10,000 for this.
Heads. All right. Trevor, this is
Okay.
your flip.
I quit.
Okay.
How much did you pay? You paid 5, 3.
I paid.
I just thought it was more
paid
fun to put-
$3,000.
I thought it was
Great.
more fun just to put more on there.
All
Just
right.
try to make.
Tails, you lost.
I lost it.
Wow.
I
just
put
like
5
that.
in. How's it going, sir? How's your thumb feeling today? Huh? Good? Nice and
We're
flippy?
gonna have to sell the farm.
Hey, listen, man. If I slip in
Tell
another
Brooksy.
500, will you
Tell
just place it
Brooksy
on
he's
heads?
not going to school no more. He's gonna work.
Tails! Mother!
Dang, dude. Hey, I'll give you each.
Can I have $100,000?
You drive a hard bargain. I'll give you $2.
That's fine.
Dollars.
Can you just cover my 5 I put in?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. It's 5. It's like a 5 cent to you. So
Dang, that's good. Life is way different now. On
the other
I have
side?
$1 million.
if you walk into a casino, how much you betting?
Probably $600,000-$700,000.
I was gonna pull up. We have a bunch of topic suggestions from
We talked.
Instagram.
We yelled at each other about playing roulette for 37 minutes.
I feel like I lost half my voice. I got to be on like 4 more podcasts today.
All I know is from thinking about these scenarios, my stomach hurts.
Really?
Yes.
You just have to. Once
You're
the $200
literally
turns into chips,
telling 2 guys that have like
You just gotta
nearly
ignore
6-figure student loans to just ignore money right now. That's what you're telling us.
No, I'm saying $200. Just accept like whatever you're walking into the casino with.
Yeah.
Just accept you lost that money,
Yeah.
and then
That part of it, you are sorely mistaken to think that I don't understand that part. I totally get that. Like you walk into a casino with a few $100, you are cool with losing it.
Yeah.
But what I don't get is if you actually, it is like so rare to get a leg up on the house. It is so rare, and when you get a leg up on the house, you get out of there because that is the only time in your life you'll probably ever beat the house. And you get out of there and you take their money and that's how you win. Or else you are just another sucker like everybody else that loses to the house.
but I'm walking in paying the house $200 for fun.
Yeah. And for me, fun would be getting up on the house because that almost never happens. Most people lose and then you get out of there and you take their money.
I think one of the hardest parts about being a dealer at one of those places, one, you would basically have to be a brain surgeon with your like preciseness in working with that, or you're going to get in crazy trouble. But also, just like think about how much it would suck if you're working a table and there's just this guy that is just a total D-bag.
He wins a ton of money.
And he's just like hot at the time, and you just have to keep on.
I do
just have to
wonder if
keep on
dealers
going,
are out
and
there
then
like
you have
preying
to
on
hand-
people's downfall. Like,
And
I
then,
hope this
well,
guy-
no, just imagine this guy that's a total jerk, like total jerk, and you've got to hand him $700,000 worth of chips.
Well, I will as a
That would
dealer
suck.
though. You're
That would
cheering
really
for
suck.
people to win a lot of times because they'll tip you. A lot of times, if somebody wins a ton of money,
True.
they're so happy that they'll throw you a few $100, or if it's a lot of money, they might throw you more
true.
in chips.
That's a good point.
So that is as a dealer, I'm imagining that they are probably wanting people to win a lot of money. Like I imagine you see somebody lay down a $10,000 bet on your table, you're like, please let this hit
Yeah,
because I
'cause you
bet
mu-
they'll slide $1,000 my way.
Yeah,
They'll
that
just
makes a
throw
lot
some
of
chips
sense.
my way.
That makes a lot of sense.
This person wants to know what type of guitar you play, Konner.
My acoustic is a Martin OM21, and I have 2 pickups in it, 2 inputs. One is a Fishman Matrix Infinity, and another one is a LR Baggs Lyric.
They humbuckers.
How many different brands do you think you know, Konner? I bet it's
total,
so
or
many. Like as he
between
just
cars,
the way he
disc
just
golf?
spits out those, and like he knows so many different niches. I'm betting Konner knows more brands, and especially like more niche ones than anybody on the planet.
I think I probably do know a lot of brands, I would say. That's my
like if you
acoustic.
just went hobby to hobby and listed as many brands as you could for anything in that hobby. I mean, it would be unspeakable how many.
I could
name.
probably list a lot of brands. Yes. My electrics, I have a Gibson Les Paul Standard Plus. So since it's a Standard Plus, it's the chambered one. So it's semi-hollow on the inside, but doesn't have the F-hole cut out. With two, and it has burst buckers in it instead of humbuckers, a bit brighter sound. I enjoy that a lot. And then my other electric is one that I built. It's an offset Jazzmaster body with Fender Texas Special Tele pickups in it. So I had to custom cut the pick guard because there's no pick guard that exists that fits on an offset body with Tele pickups and a strap bridge, but has a Fender strap bridge as well. So it's like a Frankenstein guitar. And then I've got this little guitar that I take camping that was really cheap. Those are all my.
But you expected you to play a Tele, so.
Yes, well, that I had the offset and I put Tele pickups in it because
you.
I love the sound of a Tele. So
I never liked the look of a Tele. My first guitar ever was what's Fender's works brand Strat.
It's Squier.
Squier.
Yeah.
So I had a Squier Tele.
There's a lot of really good Squiers out there.
And I played that when I first took guitar lessons, and I just assumed it was a cheap guitar. It was a cheap guitar, but then I associated that sound with cheap guitars.
That like quacky sound.
So then even with like Telecasters, like I still associated because of how it looked and how the pickups were. I just associate that with cheap sound.
No, I love the twang of a Telecaster. I'm a really big fan of classic country and indie music.
That's what's funny is I love music that is played on Telecasters, but if I see them playing a Telecaster, I think it sounds cheap. It's just because it was my first guitar looked like that.
Yeah,
and it was not a cool one. It was like just the glossy black with like a light wood fretboard or whatever that part's called.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but then I have an Epiphone Les Paul. Again, I just go cheap brand. But it had humbuckers.
Both of those guitars are good guitars.
Well, the Epiphone had humbuckers, so it sounded a lot more like rocky to me.
You can be making up words right now.
Humbucker. So that's like the wider pickup. I don't exactly know the difference. Konner can explain it.
So your two main types of pickups are a single coil and a humbucker. So if you think about
who named those?
Well, it's called a humbucker because a single coils, they have a really loud hum to them because their circuit isn't completed or not in a specific way. A humbucker is called that because what they did, they were originally just trying to silence the pickup while you weren't playing. And so they have two, like a single coil looks like this. It's a thin thing like this. A humbucker is two single coils wide. And then there's a metal plate on top of it. But if you take the metal plate off, it's literally just two of those single coil pickups, and they cancel each other out, complete a circuit, and keep it from humming. But they also, while inventing that, they also made a completely different sound, a much like mid-heavy, a little bit muddier like sound.
Dirty sound.
Yeah, a lot dirtier sound. And they a lot of times push amps a lot harder, so they get a lot more breakup.
That's what and that's the sound I end up falling in love with. Mm-hmm. Mainly because most of the songs I was trying to play were played on Gibsons, but for me, an Epiphone. Mm-hmm. So then I just associated Telecasters with cheap music, even though I had no reason to, other than just my ears.
I get that.
But nowadays, if I were to go buy a guitar, I think I would buy like Baby Blue. It's like scratched up Telecaster.
That's what I think I'd want.
I
call my Frankenstein
Carolina
guitar
Blue, baby.
I call my Frankenstein guitar a Telemaster because it's a Telecaster and a Jazzmaster mixed together.
Now, what is the hollow body without the cutout do?
ES330. What?
You said your Gibson has a hollow body but doesn't have the F cutout.
So it doesn't have so it's not it's semi, it's kind of a hollow body. It's chambered on the inside, which means there are hollow chambers within the body. But it looks just like a normal Les Paul.
That just make it like a fuller sound, or
it makes it sound a lot more like a Gibson ES, which is the big one with the two F holes on there, which is just like a little bit clearer sound, a little bit brighter sound than a normal Les Paul, which I really like. But it looks like a normal Les Paul. It's also a much lighter guitar.
Sick. Yeah. That was fun.
I don't know anything about guitars.
I like guitars.
The other thing,
don't even get me started on my pedal board.
A lot of these topics, I never got into a pedal board. The only distortion I ever had, my brother had a sick distortion pedal.
You had a DS1, the orange one.
I don't know what he had.
Okay.
The only distortion I ever was able to use is the button on the amp.
Oh,
that was the gain.
Yeah.
That was it. And I just the louder the gain, the worse I could play, and it still sound metal.
yeah.
Most of these are like full episode topics, to be completely honest with you. We can go with this though. What movie series would you most want to be a character in, and how would you play that role?
Harry Potter.
How would you play the role?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one for me as well. Harry Potter.
Let's just be. I'd be probably like the clumsy guy that everybody laughs at. I think that's the best character I could play in a movie.
If I were to be in Harry Potter, I would have wanted to be the role of Draco Malfoy because I think I could have played that role only for the fact that I am blonde.
But everybody would hate you.
No, that's where you're wrong because he has a redemption arc a little bit, and
Kind of, yeah.
And a lot of people like Malfoy. He's not like people don't despise.
True, because like Severus
character.
Snape, you hate him, but then you love him. You know,
I'm gonna be spoiling things.
I think I would play.
No.
I mean, I would definitely be a Weasley. Never mind. I should take that. I would definitely be a Weasley.
I mean, if I really like had my pick of the lot, I just would love to have been Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You have your pick of the lot.
Like,
you just have to
yeah.
explain
But
how
Daniel
you would play
Radcliffe
it.
never really did anything else significant after Harry Potter.
How would you play Harry Potter?
He's made his money.
Yeah.
No point to.
How would you? I don't know how I would play Harry
exactly
Potter.
the same. He was brilliant.
The same.
What's your character, Hunter?
I think I would be.
Batman would also been sick.
I would be in Like Mike,
Oh, okay.
and I would be the kid that found the shoes, Little
Okay.
Bow Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know his name in the movie,
Little Bow Wow. What is his name?
but
Dang it, that's gonna bother me.
but I would be the kid that found the shoes and
Oh
went
my
on to play with
gosh.
against Tracy McGrady.
Heck yeah.
And I would play it. I would play
his
it
name?
different than him. So I would take all the swagger out of the character. I would just be a like nerdy white kid that's just dominating the NBA.
All right.
I think it would add to the allure of like how is this kid
Calvin
doing it?
Cambridge.
Calvin
baby.
Cambridge. I'd play
I
Calvin.
googled it and I didn't even see the name and I just remembered it.
I would play Calvin.
I'd also very much like to be Indiana Jones. I think that'd be cool.
Would you change him?
I mean, I would have to. I think that I have such a strong personality and look that I can't mimic a lot of characters.
You are Harrison Ford now.
I would like to be. I love Harrison Ford. He's my celebrity crush.
Yeah,
And whenever he dies, it'll be Chris Pratt.
that's a good one. Chris Pratt's a great one.
Harrison Ford's old.
He is.
He's a lot older than you
Still
think.
got it.
He's like in his 80s, I think.
You guys
Yeah.
ever seen Firewall with Harrison Ford in it?
No.
Super sick.
Ever seen
One of the
Blade
last,
Runner?
the climax of the movie is like whenever this dude,
Shocking celebrity ages. How you just looked up.
the like climax of the last fight scene in that movie kind of thing. Well, there's not really fight scenes in it. I don't know. I saw it when I was young, and the main thing I remember is that there's this guy behind him that's like got him like this, like trying to choke him. He's like choking him out, so he's got him from behind, choking him. And then Harrison Ford sees a pickaxe in front of him in this ditch, and he just grabs it and just whoosh over his shoulder.
That sucks.
And just kills the guy like that.
Yeah, that sucks.
You know,
Why does
Keanu
it suck? It was
Reeves.
freaking awesome.
We get to guess?
Yeah, I
Keanu
know
Reeves.
Keanu.
How old is he?
I would guess Keanu is like 46.
Mind you,
I think he's
everyone I'm asking you is on a list of shocking celebrity ages.
I think that he's 52.
So he's either really old or really
he could
young
be in his 50s.
relation.
Yeah, I'd agree with Konner around low 50s, like 52.
58.
Wow.
no way, dude. He looks good.
A lot of these are women, mainly because they're able to just like they do like Botox their face,
Yeah.
and so you like can
Hey,
tell.
man, some men do that
Some
too.
men, Keanu Reeves might have, but like this one's,
No, Keanu
I don't
just
know
doesn't
this
age.
chick, but she doesn't look her age. Christine Brinkley.
I don't know.
Do you know who she is?
Can you show me? Can you turn your phone around real quick?
I'll hide her age.
I can't see her.
Let me see.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've never seen her before in my life, but that woman is 69 years old.
I
She doesn't look 69.
I gotta see what Keanu
Fascinating.
Reeves looks like right now.
Let's see.
He looks good. He's got facial hair and like longer hair
Anna
too.
Kendrick,
Anna Kendrick.
Oh, she's definitely older.
37.
37.
I like that guess. I think I'm gonna go 35.
Is she in her
37.
40s? Wow.
Nailed it.
I hope that I look like Keanu Reeves whenever I'm however the frick old he is.
Let's see.
He looks insane.
He's 58. I mean, 58. You
Jared Leto,
Jared Leto
Jared Leto's been at this
is.
game for a while. I bet he's 43.
43.
I think that he's at least 45.
45. 51.
Whoa! Drops to Jupiter, baby. Did he sing that one?
No, that's Train.
That was a bit.
John Stamos.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really glad it was because it hurt.
You fell into it harder than I thought, though. So I got a little
it's because
scared.
I'm really like Jared Leto's music is a very big part of my life.
I kind of forgot about that.
John Stamos.
Oh, I know John Stamos is old.
I have no idea.
55.
55.
I have no idea.
Probably older than that.
I can't even think about what John Stamos
might be
looks like
60.
right now.
The uncle from Full House.
I actually changed my answer to 59.
The cool uncle.
I think he's 59.
Not
He's
Joe.
old.
Jesse. Oh yeah, he's definitely got to be old.
How old you say?
59.
I'm going 61.
61. 59. Trevor's got two of them.
I'm a baller.
He's a baller.
Shot caller. Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, she's ancient. 76.
76.
76?
He sent it, huh?
She's old.
Wow. I'm going to go
She might be in her younger 70s.
I'm going to go 65.
Konner. 65.
She's only 65?
She's
I thought she was
I've
way
got $1 million
older.
and I know how old Ellen is?
Pharrell Williams.
Oh, Pharrell.
46.
He's 50.
Wow, old man.
He looks good for 50.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What kind of cream he using?
Denzel Washington.
He's old.
Denzel, yeah, that doesn't. He was not. This age isn't going to surprise me. I think he's in his 60s.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's
60
pushing 70, I want to say. I was 68.
Really?
68. Okay.
I'm going 63.
63. He's 68, Trevor.
Wow,
I'm
Trevor.
goated right now.
He's goated right now.
Jim Parsons.
Ooh, Big Bang Theory guy?
Yeah. Sheldon.
Oh.
I want to say that he is 47.
47.
I'm going to guess when that movie was in its prime.
It's not a
That
movie.
show, was in its prime, was probably
decade
like
ago.
10 years ago. Yeah. And I think that during that, he was 36. I'm going 46.
He's 50 years old.
I was kinda
He was like
close.
40 when he was
close.
playing that character.
I said 47, so I was closer.
That doesn't mean I'm not kind of
No,
close.
means you're worse.
Do you know Justin Hartley?
No.
No.
Me either.
I recognize the name.
I do too.
He was 46, but he didn't look it.
Oh,
Chris
That's
Rock.
fun.
Chris Rock is old.
Is he
53.
old?
53.
53? By golly.
You think he's not that old?
I don't feel like he is.
Chris Rock's been doing this thing for a long time.
53. Konner.
I was thinking the wrong person.
You're thinking of Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Or you're thinking of Kevin Hart?
No, I was thinking about Kevin Hart. That's my
fair.
bad.
That's fair.
That's my bad.
Chris Rock. He got slapped by Will Smith.
Yes. Chris Rock, you're right. He has been in the game for a
Donkey
very
from
long
Shrek.
time. Yes.
No, that's Eddie Murphy.
We got to
I'm
get out of
thinking
this.
of
We
the
got to
same
get out of
person,
this.
though. 53. That's still my guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say 56.
58.
Ooh, I was closer, stupid idiot.
All right, we'll do one more. I'm going to find a good one.
I'm still winning. 3-1.
I'm going to find a good one.
Is it that funny?
What's so funny?
You called me a stupid idiot. He thought it was hilarious.
Oh, this is going to be the last one's going to be a different thing.
Oh.
I don't know how I'm going to play this game.
Okay.
No, it tells me their age.
Okay.
So I'll just say it and you can find their age. It's telling me two people that you won't believe are the same age.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, but we'll go with...
So then you can give us two people.
You give us the age in one person, we guess the other one?
What other person is this age?
It's more only just like they're shocking because they look so drastically different ages.
Just say the two people and then we'll guess what the number is. That's fine.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Matt Damon and Nick Offerman.
Who's
They're
Nick
the
Offerman?
same age. Ron Swanson.
Ron
Dear
Swanson and Matt
Lord.
Damon.
I mean,
are the
Matt
same
Damon
age.
just looks really good, and Ron Swanson's always
Well,
But
look at
also
the two
Matt
pictures
Damon's-
next to each other.
No, but think about Matt Damon's
Yeah.
most recent movies. He does look like he's getting up there.
up there. I think Matt Damon is. I think they're both.
I'm going.
I think they're both 48.
48.
I think that they're both.
Oh, they might be in their 50s.
They're both older than my dad.
Okay.
I'm confident.
I don't think Matt Damon's older than my dad.
I think Matt Damon's older than my dad because
My
I think
dad's like
that at the
51.
time of watching, Born Identity, the Born series, but he was probably younger than my dad then. I'm gonna say he's 50.
He is 50. They're 50.
50 on
All
the
right,
dot.
last person.
Wow. My
dad
Last
too.
person
You could
because
tie it up.
Yeah.
this one just shocked me.
Okay.
Brad Pitt.
Oh,
And?
just his age? Oh, I know.
Brad
Oh,
Pitt's
I know.
I know.
Brad
he'd be
Pitt
old.
is 59.
59.
56.
57.
Oh!
Y'all were close. Y'all were all over that one. Y'all were all over Brad Pitt.
Brady Pitt. as I call him.
Bratty Daddy.
Yeah,
That's actually
Bratty Daddy.
He doesn't age. He's a good
Diddy.
looking dude.
He's a great looking dude. Let's look up Justin Timberlake's age.
Oh, Jay Tizzle. He's definitely.
But sometimes
up
if you just
He's 42.
yeah.
Sometimes if you just like let your age go with like your style, then like Brad Pitt, I feel like he doesn't try to wear. I feel like he kind of went with that kind of like flowy, like I don't know, like his style is not like.
The thing is, you could if you are that age, like from age 40 to like 60, you can keep a pretty consistent style and look the same age in
because
that
you can
period of time.
you can rock a like. I feel like old men that try to look like young men just it doesn't
also
work.
helps that he has a great head of hair.
Yes, that's true.
Like, that's a
I
big
wonder
factor.
I wonder if he's gotten
Transplant.
yeah
Maybe.
Who knows?
maybe. But
Next.
if you're like, for example, Steve Carell, he's kind of an older guy now, but he just wears the really nice older guy look. Like does the circle glasses, some tortoise shell,
And he's done it for
really
a long
nice
time.
suit, and just does lets his hair be white. Like he looks incredible right now.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes that's why like if my hair
If
my hair changes colors, then I would like to just let it change.
heck
color.
yeah.
I think gray
If you
hair
go
looks
to
good.
the-
White hair looks really good if you wear it the
go
right
to
way.
that look, or like as soon as it happens, like let's say you're turning 40, you start getting gray hair or whatever. If you go to that look right away and just let it happen naturally, and then keep with it, people won't like all of a sudden think you got old.
Yeah.
But if you just like let yourself go one
Hold
day
on
when
to
you're
it.
55, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, they got old.
Yeah.
Which like I mean,
It also helps.
some people are
with
trying
a
to
lot-
prolong their movie careers.
With
I
a
get
lot
it.
of these celebrities, it really also just helps you look younger if you do less crack cocaine.
Yes, that is. It makes me really sad that like my like golden era of movie stars. When I think of like the Ocean's 11 crew, like the Matt Damons. I mean,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's not in there, but Brad Pitt. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. George Clooney, guys like that, and then like the Christian Bales of the world. Like those guys are like starting to age up, and they're
Yeah.
gonna become really awesome old actors. But it's like who do we have below them?
Dude,
Who's the next Brad Pitt and Matt Damon?
Morgan Freeman.
He is
Millie
what
Bobby
are you
Brown.
talking about? No.
Morgan Freeman's like mid 80s.
Like I'm just saying, like those guys were like, and like Tom Cruise, another one, getting up
Yeah,
there.
how old is
you're
Tom
Like
Cruise?
oh, he's in his 50s.
we'll get him.
He's in
man.
his
We'll
late
find,
50s.
We'll find him, man. Hey, we'll find him.
I'm worried, man.
We'll
Chris
find
Pratt.
Him. We'll
I'm
find
worried.
him. Well,
Chris
also
Pratt.
that-
Okay, he's a good, but he's not young. He's not a spring chicken. He's in his late 30s.
And also,
probably.
I don't-
Tom Cruise is 60.
look up Chris Pratt. I bet he's in his
And I
late
will-
30s or early
Yeah.
40s.
Oh yeah. I will also say I think that also movies had more emphasis on them back then, so it's easier to make a star. I think it's harder
Chris
to make a
Pratt's 43.
yeah.
Not a spring chicken.
Chris
He's
Hemsworth.
aging up with the rest of them.
Chris Hemsworth's 39.
Also not a spring chicken. Those Avengers took
You
the
know
best
what?
years
You
of their
have-
lives.
you
Robert
have-
Downey Jr. is getting old too. Everybody's getting old. Who are the young guns?
Everybody's
Tom
going to die
Holland-
one day.
Tom Holland
Everybody's
is
going to die.
Hey, Tom Holland is a good one. I like Tom Holland.
Yeah, you know what?
And
I
he's-
could see Tom Holland being a Tom Cruise.
And
I
he's
really could.
Yeah, and he's very young.
26.
He could be like a Bond
Same age
later
as me.
down.
Tom Holland?
It's 26.
Dear Lord.
Me
but
and Tom
he's-
Holland are the same age.
He's young. I mean, when
That's
that first
crazy.
Spider-Man
He's
movie,
so young.
that first
He's so
Spider-Man movie
young.
probably came out 6 years ago. So
Yeah.
like that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
mean, he plays a young character.
yeah,
which helps.
he looks young for 26.
Dear Lord, I hope that none of the next big actors are the people from Outer Banks. I don't like any of them.
I was about to say, what is his name? Joey B?
John B.
John
None of-
B?
I did not like
None
any of them.
will do anything.
John
I did
B
not
will
like
be
any
the
of
next
them.
big thing, big actor.
No,
I don't think any of them will be able to do any roles other than the frantic high schoolers that they played.
John B, I'm pretty sure, is actually pretty old.
Yeah, he is. He's like 30. He's like 30.
Chase
30
Something-
something.
Something interesting about the John B. actor is that he was a
think he might be-
semi-professional hockey player. Almost made
Chase
it to
Stokes is 30.
Yeah. Okay.
He almost
And he's
made
playing
it,
like a dude in like high school.
Yeah.
He almost made it to the
none of
pros
them
in
are
hockey.
believable.
And he plays it well. Chase Stokes?
Yeah.
I know a guy that know people that look like him when they were 18.
high school.
Was it while you were 18 as well?
I'll tell you right now. When I
No,
was
but like 18
okay.
year olds now.
when
Okay.
I was in high school,
They look like him.
I look like a child. I still look like a child. If I shaved my face completely, I could probably look like I was 15. And then there are some people in high school that are just grown men.
Well, that's like when I was playing basketball, I was
Just
a
how it
senior in
is.
high school, couldn't grow facial hair. And we were going against like full beard, jacked arms. I'm like,
Because I'm telling you
I
right now,
understand it.
if when I'm clean shaven these days, eventually this will probably
There was
be
even
a
a dude
helpful
on,
power. But like right now, I would literally look like I was in high school still.
there's a dude that we played that was on house
Konner
arrest.
probably be similar because he's had the beard for so long. If Konner shaved, he would probably look like very, very young.
It's really funny because in my head, I view myself as like I still view myself as being young.
I still think of myself.
I
as
think
a
I think
20-year-old.
most people do. So, but like whenever I'm like volunteering at youth on Wednesday nights, it's like I'm so much older than these people. And but then I started to think like I'm sitting down with my middle school boys and I'm like talking to them and I think like what do they think about me? Do they think that I'm really old? Because
Right.
I understand to them their only conception is that I have a beard.
The further
and
we get
since
out
I
of
have a beard,
school-
I might be ancient to them.
The further we get out of school, the more real it gets. Because like Hunter,
I'm about to come up with my 10-year high school.
yeah, I'll say you will be
reunion.
almost a decade
Yeah,
out of
that's
high
crazy.
school, and like even
In
for
2
me,
years.
like I now graduated college 3 years ago. Like
Yeah.
I like college, I can now say back in college, and it
Yeah.
actually means something.
It is
Like, that
really
was
weird to think
back in
about.
college.
It is really weird to think about like that college still feels like such a prevalent part of my life, but it's pretty far off at this
pretty
point.
removed.
I graduated 4 years ago from college.
That's crazy. Could have had your master's.
I could have my master's by now. I could have 2 masters by now.
He could be the ultimate master by now.
He could be my master.
He could be a
Well,
grandmaster.
I was in a
Oh.
wedding.
You could be a grand wagoneer.
I was in a
Yeah.
wedding. I was in a wedding this past
Like-
weekend with a dude who seemed younger than me. I never asked his age, but he was at oldest same age as me, and he's already graduated med school.
Wow.
He's in his residency as a doctor, and I was like,
Tough.
wow, that's how old I am.
That's
That
cool.
that is pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
I
Well, I mean, Pete, he's
Yeah,
the
he's a
same
lawyer.
year as me, and he just graduated law school.
Younger than me.
I can't tell. Like it's so I can't be out of myself obviously without all the context of myself. I would be so interested to be in somebody else's body with
Guess
their
your
mind
age.
and think about like see how I'm perceived age wise.
You look young.
Do I look young?
You have young eyes.
I do. I feel like I do have a young face.
I think I could very.
because I've got a very baby like round.
Like
face.
I would have guessed
The
if I
problem
just
is-
saw you on the street, I would guess 21, 22.
problem is context.
Really? Okay.
Context is so key because like when you're in college, you
because I don't have an old
so
man
many-
voice at all. I've got a younger guy voice.
If I had to guess your age, I think I would be pretty on target for where you are.
I feel
I
like
would
I'm
guess
pretty
Trevor-
accurate.
I would guess Trevor's older than you.
really?
You don't look old by any means, but I would just something
I
about
would-
Connor, like
I would say Connor.
this
I would
part
say,
of your face
I
right
think that's
here is
just-
just like bright and youthful.
I think that's just context of my personality. Though.
I would guess Connor's probably like 23, like maybe like a couple years younger than what he is, but not far off. I think I'd be pretty on.
Yeah,
target.
I mean, I do. I don't think that I have.
Guessing age is so hard though. Once you get to a certain like, really at any stage in life, guessing age is so
Yeah.
difficult. Like it's just you can be 10 years off of somebody and not even flinch. Like it is
Like
so
the older
difficult.
you get, the less that's important. Like I feel like if like someone's 60 and you guess they're 55, that's a whole drastically different than if someone's 20 and you guess they're 15.
Well, yeah, I'd agree because you're closer to an age of like less like wisdom and intelligence.
Well, that's like
like
Yeah.
people are just gonna assume you
well,
don't
that's
know
like
anything.
I
mean, we had a comment the other day. Somebody commented. I had to say this because it was like mind-boggling me. Somebody commented on one of our other podcasts. I yawned at one point. We film these things in the morning, and somebody said like, "Oh, sleepy Trevor" or whatever. And somebody replied to that comment and said, "This is what happens when children try to be adults." And I literally wanted to reply and say, "My guy, I have a child. That's why I'm tired." Like some
even
people,
make
I think some
sense.
people think that I'm 18.
well like that like the comment doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. It's like that. You ever seen the guy on TikTok that like makes fun of the people that act tough, and he's like, "Whoa, brother! Like you think your hands are soft?" Like you ever seen that guy?
My hands are soft. I have not seen
Hunter's
you guys.
hands are.
It's
very
like it felt
soft.
like one of those guys who was like,
Beautiful.
"Oh, you got soft hands, brother." Like basically, he'll take these TikToks. I gotta show these to you. He'll take these TikToks. These guys like working construction jobs, like acting tough. Like there'll be like a guy eating his lunch. Like if you don't have cement all over your hands while you're eating lunch, are you even getting work done? And then he'll be like, "Whoa, there, brother!" Like, got you seeing you eating your little Bojangles biscuit there, and he's like, "Listen, I eat concrete for lunch, and I don't take a break." Like he satires. I'll show it to you later. It's very funny.
That's funny.
What was I about to freaking say? Oh, I was gonna say like I know people who got married later in life, and like when they got married, like one of them was like 37 and the other was like 23, 24, and so like yeah, it's a little bit of an age gap, but it's not like now they're both in their like 40s or something, or not both in their 40s, but like they're like 50, 40, and it doesn't seem weird. But then you like if you've seen these TikToks, I'm sure where it's like, if we would have met younger,
Yeah,
and then it's
yeah.
me in 2015, it's like a dude in a senior in high school, and then it's like you in 2015, and it's like a fourth grader.
Yeah,
And you're like, see, like that's weird. But once you get to like, what's 18-year difference? 60 to 42.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not unthinkable.
Yeah.
It's
Like
still-
a 60-year-old dating a 42-year-old's not like
It's not unthinkable.
it's not shocking.
yeah.
It's like especially if the 42-year-old looks old and the 60-year-old looks young, they could look the same age. It's not like unfathomable, but then you think back and you're like, when that dude was graduating high
I would
school,
date Brad Pitt.
like when you were graduating high school, the other person was just being born.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad Pitt has.
You're not going to be able to relate to that person 18 years younger than you.
Well, that's like Luca, my son, 10-month-old, and a high school senior.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, Luca.
But then you get to, go Luca. But then you get to like 42 and 60, and it's like, doesn't seem that weird.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean, age
that's
gaps
crazy.
definitely changes as you get older.
Age is
because,
but a
like,
number.
I mean, when you're in high school, like even 4 years is almost unthinkable.
No, yeah, like a freshman
Whereas
to senior in high school.
10 years
you mature
later,
so much.
that's like not even a thing at all.
Yeah.
My sister and my brother-in-law were, I think, 8 years apart.
Yeah.
No, because I'm 10 years apart from him. She's 4 years older than me. So
I'm trying to think.
6 or 7 years.
But like
Think of
6 years
anybody-
apart. So like 27 and 21
But
year old.
yeah.
Not weird at all.
Well, because they like knew each other their whole lives. So like it went from like Cody like watching her play with like her like fake cooking set to eventually her being the mother of his child.
It's crazy.
See, when you put it that way, it makes it sound weird.
It did, yeah. Well, yeah. It's but
It is
that's because
crazy.
we knew each other for so
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Let's make the noise of Matt Damon, 50-year-old man, getting out of bed in the morning.
Matt Damon?
Yeah.
I have a lot of money. I didn't throw it all away on roulette.
He probably did.
Matt Damon. I just
No,
get
he's
this.
responsible.
I get this vibe from Matt Damon. Okay, you ready? Oh, okay. It's 4:40. I should go ahead and get up and eat my acai bowl and head to the gym. Yeah.
That's him waking up.
That's Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. Matt Damon. Let me think.
I feel like he's a healthy guy, and I feel like he keeps himself fit. You know. Do you guys
I don't know what Matt Damon would like.
He does a lot of
was
action
an
roles.
interesting-
What he would sound, but like I'm
no! I can I redo mine?
You can redo yours.
What's my name? I don't know my name. Oh, the government's trying to kill me.
There you go.
He wakes up and he's like, how you like them apples?
I think I'm just waiting.
Good Will Hunting?
I think Matt Damon.
That's like his most iconic
No.
line ever.
You're right.
Jason
My
Bourne's
apologies.
more iconic than Good Will Hunting.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
No, Jason Bourne's why I saw him in first.
Yeah, same.
So, yeah.
That's all. I don't actually care. I
agree.
I
with
think
you,
Jason.
Trevor.
I think that Matt
agree with
Damon wakes up, and what he's actually saying is, "You guys thought I was asleep? I never sleep."
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Matt Damon doesn't sleep.
Matt Damon was in the movie Downsize Me.
That movie bombed.
Yeah, it was like at the same time one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but also one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen.